are a funny thing on date. Hello amazing humans on the net. Today I thought I would do a bit of a chatty video which I haven't done for a while, and the excuse for it is the fact that recently it was my birthday and I had the perfect birthday, not least because a lot of my gifts were actually books related gifts, which I'm very excited to show you. Birthdays are a funny thing on day. They are very personal milestones, and how we choose to celebrate them depends on our personalities, life experiences, our preferences, and also I think it depends on what stage of life you are at currently, because I do believe that as we grow older, the way we spend birthdays change as well. Because my birthday fell on a Monday, I was very lucky to get 2 days out of my birthday this year. So on my actual birthday, I woke up and it was a perfect morning because it was raining. I love rain, especially the type of rain that you get here in England, because usually it's quite warm, or at least it's not freezing, and it's not often that it's super windy, so you get this steady downpour of raindrops. And I'm sure all book lovers will agree with me that rain is very reading friendly, because if it's raining outside, obviously you don't need to even look for any excuses. You can grab a book, get cozy and start reading. I actually have a theory that the reason why we have so many fantastic writers in Ireland is because the weather there is so terrible. What else there is to do other than produce amazing fiction, right? I have this one large gift bag into which I've put in all of my gifts so that I can show them to you, and this is why we are in my office today, because this is where I had my gifts. Also, it is lovely to feel this sun on my skin. I hope you can feel the sun rays as well. Not as good as rain, but second best. Now, I need to provide you with an exclaimer that you will not see a massive book haul in this video. In fact, you probably will never see a massive book haul in any of my videos. I don't watch book hauls videos, and the reason why I started this channel was to fill in the void. Well, maybe not to fill in the void, I'm not sure if there's a void, but to create a channel that I would enjoy myself. So I am not a big fan of book hauls. I personally don't see any point of them, and I know that lots of people love these videos, but for me it's watching people spend their own money and talking about books that they have no clue about because they haven't read them. It's different if you're watching a haul of, I don't know, for example, clothing, because you can just see if the clothes are looking good on that person or they're not looking good. You see it straight away, so you get the value straight away. But with books, the exercise of purchasing books itself just doesn't have any value for me, and majority of times I only watch BookTube where people actually have read the books and they reviewing the books. So no book hauls in this video, also because I don't really buy new books that often. I'm a huge library user, and actually recently I've watched a video of another booktuber called Jen, and she's an author as well, and she said that every time you borrow your book from a library, the author does get remunerated for it. I was really surprised to hear it. I had no idea, and that just makes me feel so good because 80% of what I read comes from the library. Actually, I just had a thought that maybe I should do one of those BookTube newbie tag videos. I do have a very short introduction video on my channel that I did at the very beginning of the channel. It's very, very short, and actually it doesn't have a great quality. This is when I was still learning how to operate the camera, and you can absolutely see the difference in that video and my current videos. I am not taking that video down. down, and I won't be taking any of my old videos down because I think that's very misleading for someone who wants to get started with YouTube. If you look at somebody's channel and from day one you see their amazing polished videos, it's just very discouraging, isn't it? We all starting somewhere and we are starting from scratch. Well, some of us are starting from scratch, including me. And so yes, things will be clunky in the beginning, and that's absolutely normal. So I want to maintain my channel's authenticity, and for that reason I am keeping those videos there. I'm not saying my videos are amazing now, they're not. I'm still learning how to do editing better, how to figure out all the functions on the camera, which I haven't done yet. There are so many. But yes, if you're thinking of starting YouTube and you don't know where to start, don't feel disheartened because the beginnings are messy, and I am the living proof of that. So let me show you the gifts. First and foremost, Middlemarch by George Eliot. I am so excited about this book. This was on my wish list and my family bought it for me. George Eliot is one of the classic authors that I wanted to tackle for a while. I have not read anything by her. I may not have time to get to her for a while, but I wanted to have my own copy because this is a beast of a novel. This version has over 800 pages. So I knew if I got this from a library, there's no way I would be able to read it before it was time to return a copy. And I wanted to have it in this version, Oxford World's Classics, because this is one of my favorite editions of classics. Look at this. You open it up and it stays flat. Oxford World's Classics are very good, even with huge books, when it comes to flat opening, which is hugely important for me. If you can't open the book flat, then that's a huge fail for me when it comes to classics editions. By the way, my next video, I'm planning to be a deep dive on 19 different classic editions, so stay tuned. Going back to Middlemarch, the other reason why I wanted to receive a copy for my birthday is because I am currently reading The Grapes of Wrath. 1 second, let me get you my copy, because I can't help myself and I have to just quickly mention that I am completely, utterly under this book's spell. I had no idea what was coming. Why didn't you warn me? I have been so moved by this book. This is, perfection. I love it is the wrong word. This is so different. I have no idea what I was expecting, but not this. I'll be quiet now and I will talk about it in my May monthly wrap-up. But yes, amazing. And so this is why I thought about Middlemarch, because I know it's a big book, and The Grapes of Wrath made me feel like getting into bigger books a bit more, because there's nothing like getting really stuck into that immersive experience of diving deeper into these big books' characters' world. Before I get to this one though, I need to finish The Grapes of Wrath and also another huge novel which I have just started, which I will talk to you about in a minute. So that's a gift number one. Very, very happy about it. I also got a new reading light. This is tiny and I want it tiny because, let me show you, that's it. So you just clip it like so and then you turn it on. And the reason why I wanted a smaller light, it's because at the moment I have something that is slightly bigger and it sits on this kind of wired cable. And what happens often for me when I read in bed is that if I have a very light book or smaller book, the light is too heavy and it makes the pages flop. It just doesn't work. So I wanted something neater, and so this is perfect. Look at this. I've put this on just a few pages onto Middlemarch and it just stays on. I also love the cute light blue color of it. This is just from Amazon. I think it's probably something like £5, but very excited about it. It will be so useful. And then I also received this sweatshirt. It's just a sweatshirt in this dark green, and I don't know if you can see, but it says books and tea on the front. How great is that? It pretty much sums me up because I'm obsessed with books and I'm obsessed with tea. I drink liters of tea on any given day, and yeah, I love it. I'll be wearing it a lot. You'll see me wearing it in videos, I promise. In terms of the bookish gifts, I also received from a friend a very unexpected gift, and it's a set of books by Lucinda Riley. I have heard of Lucinda Riley, of course, who hasn't? But I haven't actually had a chance to read any of her books, so very pleased with this gift. It was very sweet of my friend to pop in early in the morning. I was still in pyjamas. And she just dropped this off with a card. It was so nice of her and such a great morning birthday surprise. If you've read Lucinda Riley, let me know if you enjoyed her. So this is Seven Sisters, 3-book collection, and we've got the Shadow Sister, the Storm Sister, and the Seven Sisters. I may have read it not in the order as you should read them. And in terms of the bookish gifts, I also got a few candles. I count them as bookish gifts because there's nothing better than lighting a candle and reading a book with the candle by your side. So I've got this gorgeous graded blue and cream candle. It's quite small. I also got this, just a pure green candle. This is fragrance free, but it's gorgeous. I love this kind of a rustic green look to it. I also got one more. My family know I am candle obsessed. This one is Bay and Rosemary. It does smell very nice. They all come from our local gift shop here in the village. Whenever we can, we do try to support local businesses. And we're very lucky. The village where we live, it's not massive, it's a small village, but we're very lucky because it does have a gift shop, it has a butcher, it has a fishmonger, it has a couple of charity stores, which are great for used book hunting, bakery, and a veggie store. I mean, what else you could want? Oh, that's right, you could also want a post office, but we have that too. And before I get onto my main book gifts, let me just show you a couple of non-bookish gifts because, you know, we need something for the body as well. From my daughter, I received my favorite mascara set. Well, my favorite mascara, but it came in a set. So this is the Lancome Hypnose, the traditional black mascara, which I have been using for so many years now. It's my favorite. It will probably remain my favorite forever. And it came in a set together with eyeliner from Lancome and the makeup remover as well. This is what it looks like. It's got this very traditional wand. And sometimes I try different mascaras and then I end up coming back to this one because I find it so easy to use and it never fails me. I also received a new nail polish. This is OPI, which is again my favorite brand, especially with the red colors. They just never fail. It is so easy to put them on. It's not worth going anywhere to have your nails done. I have stopped going to nail places purely because of the time that it takes that you can spend doing other things, I guess. And this one is Cajun shrimp, which I've never had before. It's like this pinkish red. Definitely a fun gift. And finally, one of my friends surprised me with a gift from Tory Burch, which was very generous of her because Tory Burch is not cheap, and also there's a story to it. I gave her vouchers for Tory Burch because I know it's her favorite brand just a few months ago because she had a big birthday, and so she got herself something, and then she got me this present for my birthday, which is not even a round birthday. I just turned 47. Anyway, this is this little bracelet that is just so cute. Let Let me put it on so you can see. Maybe I'll do a bit of a close-up. This is what it looks like on a wrist. I think you can pair it with other bracelets as well. It's very light. You don't feel wearing it, which is great. Very, very comfortable. And then my main book gift was a subscription to receive one book a month from the Republic of Consciousness. Republic of Consciousness is this organization that was established to support small presses here in the UK and in Ireland. And I love the idea of it because I found that sometimes I don't get on with books that receive huge hype. I do believe that there's so much of great literature that doesn't always receive the attention that it deserves. So I want to support the idea of these small presses who take a risk on books. And especially after my recent experience of reading the shortlist for Women's Prize for Fiction, where you've got, you know, names like Elizabeth Stroud, who is extremely well established. You also have The Safe Keep, which has received many other awards already. I thought it would be good to support the authors and the publishers that are maybe a little bit less known. And also the other reason was because recently I picked up at the library this book titled A Ghost in the Throat, which was either longlisted or shortlisted for the Republic of Consciousness prize a few years back, because the Republic of Consciousness does do annual prizes as well, which, you know, I think is great because there's a financial support for these small presses as well. Not only exposure, but also they receive money, which, you know, is very much needed because often these are very tiny companies, sometimes run by just a couple of people. And so far, I am loving this book. I am in the very beginning, but if you've read this, let me know. It definitely contributed to me being more interested in the Republic of Consciousness. And I'm looking forward to receiving a book each month, and maybe I'll talk to you about these books in my videos as well. So these are all my kind of physical gifts. I thought they are all absolutely perfect, but my best gift was non-physical gift because I was given a gift of a whole day to myself, completely uninterrupted. I went to our garden shed and spent a whole day there, which I really enjoyed, and which allowed me also to start reading War and Peace, but also it allowed me to do a bit of a reflection on the direction of my channel as well, but also just generally on life. And this is why I mentioned in the beginning of this video that birthdays are so different to different people, but I have always craved time to myself around my birthday. My husband completely gets it. I am very fortunate that he does, and in the past he would even send me away on little trips. So last year I went to Oxford for a couple of days, just completely on my own. 3 years ago I went to Verona, again completely by myself for a couple of days. And it's great that even though my husband is so different, because he loves parties, he's a social animal, even though he doesn't quite understand it, he does allow me this time to myself, which is very precious to me. And so yes, this year was just me in my garden shed because we have quite big holidays. This year we went skiing in February and we're planning to go to Croatia in the summer. We don't have really much going away budget left, so for that reason I just stayed put. But do you know what? It was just perfect. In the evening I was called for dinner. My daughter set this beautiful table which included some flowers from the garden as well, and we had some fish from the local fishmonger, and it was just such a perfect day. And amongst all these reflections, it really hit me how different my life looks right now than it looked maybe even just 6-7 months ago, because this is when I quit my corporate job in a city. I started my YouTube channel, and none of this was easy, by the way. It was very bumpy to start with, but now I think I am enjoying life more than I have in a long time. I am just towards the end of reading Amma, the book that was longlisted for Women's Prize for Fiction. And one of the key characters there says at some point something like, "It hasn't occurred to me that I don't have to use my career as a way of proving something to others." That line really spoke to me. And this is why I love reading books, because everyone takes something different from them, and the same book can be a very different book to so many different people. And I realized that I guess I was a little bit that kind of person who was using career to try to prove something. And I feel that now I am slowly freeing myself from that perspective. And I think that, together with my YouTube channel, which has allowed me for the first time in a long time to let my creativity flow and be let out. And also the fact that my daily routine looks very, very different now. I work from home, and even though theoretically I have more time than when I was in a corporate job, I have become also very protective of that time. It's like now I have headspace to be more conscious and more deliberate about all these things that I'm saying yes to and all these things I'm saying no to now. So all of that together, I guess, contributes to feeling happier. Anyway, I hope you don't mind me pouring my heart out like this to you for a change. And I do want to say again, thank you to all of you 220 people who have subscribed to this channel. You play a key part in this life-changing experience for me, really. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope we can continue to have fun reading amazing books as we go along. I would love to hear from you about how you spend your birthdays. Also, maybe what your latest life reflections are. Thank you very much for joining me today. And next week we are back to talking purely about books, because I will be comparing 19 different classic editions. Have a great week, and I'll see you then.